Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Roman, and this is Small Biz Highlight. Hello, good evening. Oh gosh, welcome to another episode of Small Biz Highlight. As always, I've got to give you your little brief reminder that we are live with StreamYard. So if you plan on leaving a comment, which I highly suggest, by the way, we would love to have your comments so that I can bring them up on the screen while we're live here. Just make sure that you're going to www.streamyard.com/Facebook so that you're giving Facebook and StreamYard permission to speak to each other, basically. We don't want to just see your comment. We want to know who you are and, see a little picture of you, get to know you a little bit. Don't worry. I'm copying and pasting as we speak to make sure that the link is in the comments easily for you to gain access to. All right. So, 2021, this is your year. No matter what your dreams are, your aspirations, your goals, this is the year that it's going to happen for you. It's going to begin. It's going to increase, whatever it is. I'm telling you, I'm putting it out there. I have been since day one of 2021, and I will not stop until the end of the year. Please, please spread all the good vibes to all of your friends, please. All right, so speaking of friends, my invite friends button on Facebook is MIA, and Facebook has no reason for me as to why that is. So I am calling on all of you to take a few minutes, go onto my page, share a video, share a post I've made or whatnot, and invite your friends and family to like and follow Small Biz Highlight. Doing so not only supports the show, but supports the small businesses that I have interviewed so far. And let's see, I'm on episode 91. That's a heck of a lot of businesses to support with one post. Let me tell you. So please, if you would consider doing it, I would highly appreciate it. What's new? There's too much new going on. Too much new. So I started on Wednesdays going live at 2 p.m. Eastern to give you the lowdown all in one shot of just what all is going on with Facebook. I mean, Facebook, what the heck? See, I'm getting ahead of myself. What's going on with Small Biz Highlight? So Facebook, Small Biz Highlight has been officially invited by Facebook to be a part of Boost with Facebook Leaders Network. It's pretty cool. National community, small business owners, who somehow have demonstrated successful use of Facebook and all its tools and whatever. So I was invited. I'm officially part of the group. Look, they even sent me like really cool stuff. I'm telling you. So very honored to be a part of that. Looking forward to networking with them and seeing how that can help grow the business and support my small businesses. Really quick, Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm live on Clubhouse doing pretty much the same thing, just giving an open forum to all businesses to introduce themselves and network. Like I said, Wednesdays, I'll be going live to give you your weekly updates so you know what all is going on, because I'm telling you, there's a lot. Networking game night will be going on the October 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern and every 20th of the month after that. So it's a free event. Please stop by. We'll be featuring Top Tail, a really great icebreaker game that we're going to have a ton of fun. And maybe the winner may even win their own version, their own copy of the game. So excited. Small Business Saturday is November 27th. Why do I keep putting the darn wrong date? November 27th of this year. I will be going live for 12 hours featuring businesses every 20 minutes to give them their little 15 minutes of an infomercial type of deal. It's a really great opportunity. The packages include the opportunity to be in the event as well as advertising and whatnot on all of my platforms. So please, if you are interested or know somebody who may be, don't hesitate to let them check out the link. I will be putting it in the comments. So I went through those as fast as I could because tonight I am so excited to introduce you to a really cool small business. Really cool small business. So, and for the record, I did find out and verify, thanks to her, how to pronounce her name correctly before going live, for all of you who have followed me long enough to know that I am horrible at figuring that out beforehand. Her name is Janae, and I am so excited to introduce you to her. So let me bring her on and hope this works. Hey, Janae!
Hello!
Thank you so much for being here tonight. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Super excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you. So, before we get into your really cool business, because I know everybody's going to be completely blown away with what you have, I first want to give them the chance to get to know you. So,
Okay.
Janae, who are you?
Well, I'm Janae, and I am the owner and florist at the Juniper Jig, and I'm a little different of a florist than what most people are used to. I'm actually a wood flower florist. So, actually, the thing in my pocket here, all those flowers are made out of wood and hand painted by me. So, all of my stuff, I love the look. That's the look I get a lot. um, so everything you see behind me as well, every single flower is hand done, hand painted by me. They're all made out of wood. So I actually started last year. It all started because of my wedding. My husband and I were COVID wedding. I was a COVID bride. So we got married during COVID, and we had to change everything. My family is allergic to live flowers, and I'm not a huge fan of silk flowers. So I decided to do some
Oh,
research and found that there was something called wood flowers. I looked into it, decided to try it for myself because I wanted to try and save as much money as possible. Did it?
absolutely.
Did my bouquet? We all know we gotta save money, especially those, especially those weddings. um,
Yes.
so I did my own bouquet. I made the flowers, painted the flowers, and I was kind of shocked at how well it turned out. So I ended up last year trying a few home decor items and recognizing that I had a talent that I had no idea that I had before my wedding. So because of that, I started the Juniper Jig. I do weddings and home decor. I'm currently a little more home decor, but I am starting to get more into weddings. Basically, I just love putting something so beautiful in someone's home that is going to last forever. I'm all about hospitality, and that's what I feel like a lot of my pieces bring to the table. So it's a little bit about me. So I am married.
There was a lot in there,
There's a
Janae, a
lot.
lot in
There's a
there.
lot.
So, first of all, congratulations on your
Thank you.
marriage,
Thank you.
first of all, despite all the craziness of last year. Congratulations. Okay, so I never knew there was such a thing as soap flowers, and now you're blowing my mind with these wood flowers. Like we're just all over the place here. But congratulations. I guess we're both uh COVID businesses. so,
Sure.
congratulations on starting a business during COVID. That could
Thank
not
you.
have been easy.
Nope.
And finding something that you can absolutely be passionate about. And how cool is it that it came through because of your wedding, wanting to save money and learn a
Yep.
new trade?
Yep. It definitely, I feel like even though we had so many challenges last year, I mean, getting married during COVID was not an easy task. And I actually had to switch jobs because of COVID. And so it just feels like I have something beautiful that really came out of a lot of terrible stuff that happened last year and just crappiness. And so it's been cool to just see it all come out of, that from last year. So yeah, and it's really cool that it did come from my wedding. I always joke that my husband, because of him, I started a business. If he hadn't married me, I never would have known.
Hey, you never know, honestly.
So
Everybody always needs their like boost
yep,
of influence from somewhere. Your hubby
yep.
just came through in a pinch.
And I would have never known. So
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you said you looked these up because of your wedding, and then you went the next step further in trying to learn how to do these on your own because you wanted
yeah.
to save money. How do
Yes.
you how does it even work, first of all? Because like
So
wood, you think of wood, I think of tables
yeah.
that are just not molding at all.
So it's something called solo wood. It's a little
Oh,
different. So I actually brought this. This is a sheet of it. And as you can see, it's a lot more pliable than you would think of regular wood. Um,
oh.
your
It
face is
looks
like,
like paper.
yes,
It,
it really
it,
does. Well, and if you think about it, paper does come from trees. Um,
yes, you're right.
but
That was a duh moment right there.
no,
Sorry.
it's totally fine. But this actually, a lot of it comes from a root and a shola plant and cassava root. And so you can see it's in like a spiral and it's cut in a spiral. And then each petal is cut out. And then you take thread and put it together, and then I hand paint all of them. So when it's done, these are ones here that I haven't like put any softener or any paint or anything. It's just a flower. And then here's one that I've painted. I don't know if you can kind of see that.
That's pretty.
So it
looks so real.
I try very hard to make, and I loved what you had written because I try very, very hard to make mine look very realistic. There's different techniques, and I use 3 different techniques to paint them. There's a dipping technique, a hand, truly paintbrush in hand painting, and then airbrush. And so I do all different techniques. Another big one that people are always amazed at, my succulents. I love succulents. So that's one of my big ones.
That is cool.
So those are one of my big sellers.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's a little bit. And if anybody has any more questions about that, on my link tree that you put the link for, one of those tabs is actually most frequently asked questions. So they're welcome. Cool. Yeah, so they're welcome to click on that. And then the first one is actually my Facebook group. If anybody is interested in a lot of the stuff that I do and just being a part of my insiders group, that's what is on there as well.
So, okay, this wood that you're using, very pliable, kind of reminds me of like what they would use to replicate like papaya in like those old movies for Egypt and stuff. It kind of looks like that to me. So
I can really see that.
Then you mold it into these flowers. It's like pliable though. Like the flowers look like they're not going anywhere. How does it get to where it's so stiff and ready to go?
So I use a special softener to make it obviously a lot more pliable, and then painting it. So some of the flowers I currently do make myself, but a lot of them I get from a company that makes them, because I'm going to be honest, right now, with it just being me, there's no way I could, because I put so much time into painting them, there's no way I could make every single one and hand paint every single one and put them in arrangements. There's just no physical possible way I could do everything. So my goal is to eventually have somebody working with me that I can do everything under my company. But there's just right now physically no way. But I do make sure every single flower is hand painted by me because I want my touch in there.
That it's so great when, first of all, you found something you really enjoy doing, obviously, because you take a lot of time to, make sure the details are correct, the colors are correct, and all of that. But to take it to that next step further, where you're doing these for weddings and stuff, like, you think of weddings, and there are weddings where there's flowers just everywhere. Like. So is it usually just the bouquet, or have people asked for like centerpieces and stuff too? Really?
So, pretty much anything that can be made from normal fresh flowers I can make with my wood flowers. And honestly, what I really want to do with it, my goal is to eventually, I want to do installation pieces. That's my hope and my goal. Big picture is I would love to do installation pictures. So even like in businesses, to do like a social media station, with the flowers behind them, or anything like that. I just have the grand scheme of wanting to do stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see more and more of that. I'm going to try and do some here for Christmas as well. Do some cool installation stuff in my house, and then see where that goes. But yeah, it's really, truly anything you can think of, I can most likely do. And I also have different types of flowers. I try to do as many styles as possible. Some are a little harder than others.
I can imagine.
But anything from sunflowers to dahlias to carnations. I mean, we try hard to make it look as realistic as possible. I also, one of my other big sellers lately has been recreations of bouquets. So people in the past who have gotten married, and especially for anniversary gifts, for like turn into a centerpiece. And I love your face says it all right now, but you like that idea.
That's genius. Talk about an epic 1-year anniversary gift.
Well, and 5-year is actually wood. Wood is the 5-year.
What?
There you go.
I'm not married yet, so I don't know this stuff yet. But
okay, there you go.
I gotta make a note of that. I gotta make a note of that.
That is like
That makes
the
sense.
thing. So, but yeah, it is still good 1 year too. And I think or anybody that has gotten married in the past, just to be able, because I recreate it into a centerpiece then, so it's not just a bouquet. But I think that's one of the coolest things though, is you get to keep your bouquet for those that I do the weddings. I also just love doing stuff for people's homes as well. One of my biggest, I have something here, this might blow your mind. It's actually a candle topper. So burn the candle and then
Yes.
put the candle, put this back on, and you've got a nice little candle topper. And I use soy candles from a local company, small business as well. So yeah, that's one of my big sellers as well. So I just love seeing my stuff in people's homes, for weddings. I love it because flowers die. As much as I love flowers, so all those fresh flowers out there, I love them. They're great. But I also love that I can bring, and like I said, I've got my lovely little flowers here. So this is actually a new style of, instead of boutonnieres, it's like a pocket swag. So a lot of people are doing that for weddings for grooms as well, and groomsmen.
Oh.
So this is a new style. Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's super fancy. I remember the days where it was just like one little rosebud right here for men, and now it's like this whole pocket of flowers.
It's also safer because you don't have a pin.
Ooh, yes, good point. That's a good point. I remember too many times at weddings, you just hear someone yell out, "Ow!"
Yeah.
Because that darn pin.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. When I posted about the video talking about how, wanting flowers to last lifetime, I think everybody always is trying to keep bouquets or keep certain flowers from certain events all the time, drying them out, trying to like put them in between pages of books like the old days, stuff like that. But this just takes it to that next level where it's like immortalized.
Yep.
And nothing will happen to him unless it's on fire. But I mean, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Keep the candles
No, but seriously, like it's there forever. Like you can set it somewhere. You'll always have that memory for you. Like, I mean, we're talking about weddings and stuff, but honestly, I lost my grandfather a year and a half ago. And I just lost my grandmother not too long ago. And, I took a couple flowers from the coffin before they were laid to rest officially, and it killed me when the flowers died.
Yep.
Had I known you before then,
I
would have had you made me wood flowers. No, but something as, as sacred to somebody as that, like just a simple memory that, you would think, okay, we just got to deal with the fact that flowers are going to die, and that those flowers could eventually just be something that you could always look at to remember them from.
Yes. And honestly, those pieces that I make in memory of someone or a bereavement piece, those are some of the most special to me, because I love a lot of people when they purchase them for me, they want it to, for the family member who has lost somebody. So they want it to reflect the person who has passed. And that is one of the most incredible honors I can have. And actually, Tiffany, I can relate. I actually lost both my grandfather and my grandmother this past year. So when my grandmother passed, the first thing I did was go to my flowers, and I made something that made me think of her. And so I very much understand. And it truly is a true honor to be able to make that for people. So Tiffany, reach out to me. I'd love to make you something in honor of them for free. I truly would. Because I understand.
I still even have a picture of the flowers I took from my grandfather. I don't know about my grandmother, but so these are very intricate pieces. They look so real, and even when you paint them, they look so. Oh my gosh! So how long does it take you? I know it depends on the size of the item, obviously. Yeah. But how long does it typically take you to create something out of these flowers?
A while, and it, like you said, it does depend. Honestly, forever, and honestly, like But you're hitting on one of those things that are true about small businesses where,
Yeah.
if we truly price things for the amount of time it took us to do things, we would never really make money.
Nobody would be able to afford it. Yes.
No, exactly.
Say it loud. Yes. It's so true.
But it's more of an honor to be able to do it. But yes, it does take me a while. The paint typically I have to let dry for at least 24 hours. So I do need a little bit of leeway. That's why I love like having pre-orders, and I like, tell me now if you want custom orders for Christmas so I can figure it out now. But typically I can do some stuff pretty quickly. I try to have a backstock of some flowers for especially pieces like we were just talking about, bereavement pieces, the loved ones that have passed. But one normal size piece, it could take me a couple hours, all the way up to a couple days, depending again on how long it takes to dye. If it's some of the flowers that I do, I'll dip dye, but then I'll also have to airbrush later once the first coat dries. So, and then if I'm hand painting, it might take a little bit just getting all the dimensions in it, because most flowers aren't just one color. And that's why I try very hard to add shading and add different dimensions so it looks like a true flower.
So how much leeway do you usually prefer when somebody's placing an order with you?
It depends on the season, but but I typically, not wedding. We're not going to talk wedding. Wedding is a couple months.
I totally understand that. Yes.
I need months for weddings. But for unless it's just a bouquets I can typically do within 2 weeks if I don't have a whole lot about else going on. But I like to ask about 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a good time. Unless it's like a very large order, then I'm going to ask for a little more time than that. I try hard to post items that are available on my Facebook page, my Facebook group. Because right now I do have a website, but I'm in the process of fixing it, because I'm going to be honest, the moment I put stuff up, it goes quick. So I currently will only ship if asked. I don't promote that I ship because I try to be more local, because it's a great problem, but most of my stuff has been just going like crazy. So, which is awesome.
So great for you, though.
I love it. I'll take it.
Yes. I think any business owner would be like, yeah, let's go. It definitely is overwhelming. I can attest to that. Yeah. But it's gotta feel so great to have that seal of approval, you know, that people are trusting you with. Yes, I want you to make some flowers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because then they're always gonna not only just remember what those flowers are from, but who made them, and they're always gonna be like, Janae.
Yes, that's very true. Very, very true. And I just did the National Apple Harvest Festival, and that was crazy. Like, I've never done an event quite that big. And just anybody that's watching that came, it was just, I can't thank everybody enough. It was so cool to get that affirmation and just reminder of why I started this and how much people love what I do and love to have my stuff. So, it was really cool.
Well, if you are just catching us on replay or for the first time today live, thank you, first of all, for stopping by. Second of all, you need to rewind and watch this whole darn thing again. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. I've been talking to Janae about her amazing business and where she is sealing memories for a lifetime through flowers. And, you know, some people may say that, you know, flowers may not be used as often as they have been in the past, but I don't remember a big memory that didn't incorporate a flower in some way or shape or form. I mean, even as simple as a prom night, some people want to immortalize that forever. And you know, absolutely. And, you know, and to go as far as a wedding, she makes bouquets and arrangements for the tables and everything for weddings, guys. And those are things that will last forever. I mean, that to me just blows my mind. And I think it's such a great thing that you're bringing to the world. And I want to thank you for that. And thank your hubby, because it's all because of him.
Right?
He did it. It's all his fault, though.
Yeah. I can't get rid of him now, you know?
I know. What would people say if you got rid of him now?
I
It's because of him you
know.
got into this business. He's stuck. You better tell him he's stuck
I
now. He's not
know.
going anywhere.
Well, that's good. I do love him, so that's good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. So with that, I will, just say thank you, Janae, for taking the time to be here tonight. I really appreciate it. I had a really great time talking to you and getting to know you. If you want to know more about Janae, I've been having her link scrolling at the bottom for her link tree. It is in the comments as well as in the description of the video too. So please click away, find out more information. She did mention that a link is even specifically for commonly asked questions, what have you. You never know what possibilities there could be for this unless you ask.
Yeah.
So ask away. You never know what you can immortalize with flowers, and she can help you out, guys. So many different holidays coming up. I mean, she even mentioned Christmas. Not to like put you out there a little bit more there, Janae. But Christmas, people, I'm just saying, like even with me, I grew up with dogs and we were never allowed to have the poinsettia things, however you say that word, because they're poisonous. But imagine having wooden versions that you don't have to worry about that.
There you go.
Just throwing that out there. But anyway, so thank you again, Janae. It was such a pleasure, and you are doing beautiful work. I am so glad for you, for your success, and I wish you all the best in the future. So with that, everybody, I will leave you with your kind and friendly reminder to put your communities first. We do that by shopping small and supporting local businesses. Good night, everyone.